April is Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Awareness Month.
Joining us today, Sarah Leeds from Family Services Alliance to talk about a great event they're going to have. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about why we have to have a month dedicated to child neglect and abuse. I mean, this is something that kind of, you know, a person, I don't want to say a right-minded person, but a person, it's like, why do we have to have this? And this is something that you work with every day.
Right, right. It is sad, but it happens often. It happens frequently. It happens here in Pocatello. And so we are participating in statewide and national events to recognize child abuse prevention, because really prevention is what's so important. And there are other organizations, not just Family Services Alliance, who are involved. We have Port Neuf Medical Center, Bright Tomorrows, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Bannock Youth Foundation, and I know there are others that we work as a coalition, a local coalition for this.
Are there things that neighbors and friends and people in the community could be looking for to know if a child is being abused or neglected?
Certainly. Yeah, I think that's one of the things about prevention, is looking to see that the kids are in your neighborhood are okay. And really, Child Abuse Prevention Month is focused on primary prevention, working on things that help strengthen families so that we never have abuse and neglect. And so really looking at supporting families who might be struggling, seeing what we can do as neighbors to help. You know, if just taking a dinner over, if it seems like some times are tough, things like that that really help take the burden off parents, and that may be the one thing that helps them not strike out in a moment of just fatigue and
of life coming out.
Just life happens and things like that.
So as a mom and dad, of course, if you are a parent, you don't set out to harm or even neglect your kids. But like you mentioned, sometimes life happens. What can mom and dad do to kind of keep that neglect / abuse at a minimum or null altogether?
From their own family? Knowing where to get help, and knowing that it's time to ask for help, and that there's no shame in asking for help. I think a lot of people feel very proud and don't want to reach out and say, I'm struggling with my anger, or I'm just struggling to pay the bills, and it's all feeling like the walls are crumbling.
Pressure is mounting.
And it's really hard to reach out and ask for help, and then I think people really should just know, I need to ask for help, and it's okay to take help and get some support.
I think also sometimes people, though, feel like reaching out for help, that maybe bad things will come to them because almost like they're admitting that they've abused or neglected their child.
Right. And I can't think right now of an instance where that would be the case. If you reached out for help, people want to help. Churches want to help. Organizations like Bright Tomorrows and Family Services Alliance and Bannock Youth Foundation, the hospital, everybody wants to help, because people don't want to see children abused, and they want to see families being able to meet their own needs.
Now, you mentioned some of the other organizations you guys are kind of teaming up. Tell us about the event.
We are. We have a kind of a local coalition. Really, we meet monthly. It's a little informal, but formal in that we meet monthly, and that we are focusing on positive things about strengthening families. And so Wednesday night, April 3rd, we're having a dinner to celebrate healthy and happy families, recognizing that dinner time is one of those really important times and during the family week, where you can spend some time connecting with your kids, finding out what's going on in their lives, and just talking and reconnecting in our busy lives. And so that's at 6 o'clock. And we only have, you've got to get on the list, because we've only got 20 slots left, because we can only feed so many people. And
so can they call Family Services Alliance?
They can call Family Services Alliance to get signed up, and that's 232-0742.
All right, fantastic, Sarah. Thank you so much for coming in today.